Hi everyone, it's Fenririan again, and as promised I have ripped my way into the new large Battlesuit. Front of the box here, shown in with the heavy burst cannon, plasmas and those brilliant new drones, which we'll go into a bit later. I've opened the box already and I'll show you the sort of utility bits, if you will. So you've got the instruction manual shown in basically as it's kitted out on the front of the box. Flyer base. Large oval base, same as in the fly base. Where there's a suit, there's drones. You've got two small fly bases there. Standard issue Tau transfers, and I've only got one of these, so I'm assuming this is to allow you to put the Riptide in some cool leaping pose, akin to the new Finecast Commander, the Enforcer. So there's that, but we'll get those out of the way. And now for the sprues. Right, we've got 1, 2, and that's actually everything. No complaints. It's just that given how big this guy works out to be, I am surprised they've managed to fit it all on the 2 sprues. Now, they've packed a lot in, so we'll zoom in on this one. This sprue is predominantly legs and torso. As you can see here, we've got the feet, one either side, and they are almost the size of a crisis suit body themselves. You can see as well the ball and socket joints, fully enclosed this time, which should help a bit with stability. You've got the top of the legs there with, you just make out tabs on the top to aid, they fit into notches, or you can cut it off for freeform posability. It's one of the big selling points of this kit. Those that have seen it in White Dwarf know it can be kneeling, stood, and I said I'm hoping leaping. Part of thigh armour, I believe. Part of the torso, additional parts of the leg. Got the top of the legs there with the classic segmented armour, which I've always enjoyed painting and bringing out in colour. These are like parts of the hip joint. Here you've got half of the missile pods, which are akin to the old broadside arms from the metal ones before the redesign. 2 generators. One of these will be the new Nova generator that gives him his special rules to amp up weapons, movement, shield generator, as long as you roll a 3 up. So I probably won't be risking that often. The other half of the missile pods, the vents for the 2 generators there stick out the front, venting heat and radiation. Got main torso segment there. Got one of the new drone heads, quite like the design, it's slightly heavier armoured. Got slightly redesigned multi-tracker. Rest of the drones, which is a shielded, there you go, shielded and missile drone, so it's our first dual purpose drone. I'll just come back to this quickly. You'll notice it does have a tab near the top. That's standard tab as found on all XV8 equipment, so that will fit on an Enforcer, a crisis suit, and I assume the broadsides still have that generic socket. So that's that. Now for quite literally the big guns. Now first off, one of my, I wouldn't say complaints, but one of the issues I had with the Flyer kit was it wasn't as easy to equip it both ways. Razor Shark and the Sun Shark kits. Here though, both of the main guns, you can see the 2 halves of the ion accelerator and the 2 main components, well, largest components of the heavy burst cannon with its barrels there. They are complete sub-assemblies. You can build both of them and then you can pick and choose which you want. Now they've got sockets on both sides, so you can also fit them on either arm and it really doesn't matter, which I like, so a lot of individuality and options there. Plus there's always the option to house rule or do a cool conversion where he's mounting both, which would be brilliant in game, but I'm sure broken as anything. Also note we've got 2 fusion blasters, they're separate, it's not 2 halves, and 2 slightly redesigned plasmas. Again, as with the multi-tracker earlier, they have the same tabs as any other XV8 equipment. So on the Finecast Commander, the broadside, the crisis, you can mix and match. Those tabs also work in unison with this new piece, 3 of. got slots on either side, so you can double them up and then shoulder mount them. So if you want a crisis suit with twin plasmas but want to keep his arms free, you can pop plasma on either side, slot it on his shoulder, and you've got some Predator-esque twin plasma fun going on. Over here we have the new shield generator, which is, if anyone's seen the Forge World ones, I think it's Commander RLI of the hazard suits, then you'll notice, and Farsight of course, new Finecast Farsight. It's got the central circle hob as always, and now we have vanes, which are not required for the build. I think they were intended as a core piece of the design, but to be honest you could actually get away without them. I actually put flying bases behind mine for a shield distortion effect, so I'll be leaving them off and putting a big flyer base behind for that. What used to be a targeting array, which I know we don't have anymore, but it's always nice to have them. They come in useful for so many things, a la, you know, another head if you convert it. Got the arms, components. The arms again, or in the interest of posability, they're not a single piece building into the shoulder anymore. So clips into there, and you've got that pivot point, so you can do more with it. Shoulder armour there, various socketable parts. And as I go around showing off all the other parts, you'll note the lower half of the sprue is absolutely dominated by these four pieces. Those are the two halves for the two jetpack engines. Just put into size. There's the whole sprue. Gives you an idea of how big this guy will be when built. You can also see, again, a nice socket there, so I'm assuming posability, either fixed using peg in the hole or of your own choice. I think they're brilliant. There's jet thruster options all over the place. I'm hoping you can have vectored thrust, because making this guy hit and run will be hilarious. And of course, interspersed between, there's one there. I think if I turn it, you'll get a better idea of what it looks like. Is one of the new heads. He comes with three options, I think, from what I can gather. There we go. A lot of them are two parts. There's another one. So this angle you might see better. And again, they're fully compatible with other XVs. It's the old half set, the hemispherical ball and socket-esque joint again. So yes, there's a lot of fun spares which can be used across your army. So you're going to get mileage out of all those extras. He's going to be a very large kit, which can be fun to multi-pose. So I'm intent on trying to emulate something like the new Finecast Enforcer Commander, having bouncing around. As of course he is supposed to be a mobile weapon suit. The fluff has him as bolstering the units where the Tau are being overstretched, or pushing the advantage where it can be found. So I think the less static the pose, the better, really. So yes, same with the Razor Shark. Gonna get this guy built up and get some photos of him up before I paint him. This one may take a while longer, because of course I'm going to try and do something slightly more with the posing, but from everything I heard it shouldn't be much of an issue. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have a lot of fun personalising. I think it's not so much converting, more personalising, and getting this guy ready. So there you go. As I said, I'll be back shortly with images of the fully built, so I hope you enjoyed. Speak to you soon, guys.